Hi everyone, this is Dr. Chhoda and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for your patience while I've been a little bit incommunicado while I've been on vacation. But in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the one thing that I wish I knew when I was growing up, when I was trying to establish my businesses, when I was trying to establish my career. And now that I'm 43 years old, there are a lot of lessons that I've learned along the way, but I think I'm going to share the biggest lesson that I wish someone had taught me as I was growing up. Welcome to this channel, everyone. Again, my name is Dr. Chhoda. This right here on your screen is a little bit of information about me. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. So please check out my video. You'll learn a little bit more about how I got to where I am. And I'm actually vacationing in the Dominican Republic right now. But the reason I'm making this video today is to share the one biggest lesson that I've learned in the past, I would say, ever since I had any common sense, which I think was when I was 25. I'm 43 now. I think the biggest lesson that I've learned in the past 20 years is every moment is precious. Every single moment is precious. And I think that every moment needs to be, we need to live each day like it's our last. And I'll give you 3 reasons why I say this. The first is, I lost my mother on the 10th of November. And one of the biggest regrets of my life is not spending enough time with her in the last couple of years of her life. And I was so focused on trying to further grow my businesses, my rental portfolio, that I didn't really spend time with the ones who needed me the most. That's number one. Number 2, my son is 7 years old and my daughter is 4. My wife is the same age as me, and I'm seeing, it's almost like yesterday that my son was born or that my daughter was born. And as you know, kids grow up so quickly, and I honestly feel that I've already missed out on some important years of their life. And what am I doing? I'm just focused on trying to be a good provider. But at some point, what people who love you need is not things you give them when the basic needs are met. When you put a roof over someone's head, when someone eats, when someone has running water, what else do you need? What you need is time. I do believe that, I have demonstrated, love, but I haven't provided enough time. And I think the third factor, to be honest, is I'm 43. I'm assuming my lifespan is going to be 75, 80, which means the way I look at it, I have maybe 35 years left. 35 years might seem like a lot of time, but it's not. So the theory or the assumption that each moment is precious, I think is critical for anyone. It doesn't matter whether you're 18 or whether you're a 75-year-old watching this video. It's probably more important for someone who's older, because someone who's older, in theory, has less time than someone who's younger. Assuming average life expectancy of, between 75 and 80, which is the average life expectancy in the United States anyway. But assuming that each day we live, we get older, which we do. Each day we live, we get, one day closer to the end. Also assuming, in my case, not having spent enough time with those who you love, and watching those opportunities slip by you, in some cases permanently. I think the takeaway therefore becomes each moment is precious and it's never going to come back. And what's interesting is, when I was naive, which maybe I still am, but when I was naive, I used to think, hey, it's okay, I'm doing this for a better tomorrow. But what if that tomorrow is a perpetual tomorrow? I call this the concept of the perpetual tomorrow. Like, you're thinking, well, I'm working hard today so I can provide a better life for my son or for, my spouse tomorrow. But they need you today. Live in the moment. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Someone could get hurt tomorrow. Someone could have a stroke or a heart attack tomorrow. Someone could, life can completely change. Now, does that mean you shouldn't plan for tomorrow? Of course not. But that means you don't plan so much for tomorrow that you stop living in today. And that's the problem. That's the problem that's the mistake I've personally made. And that's a problem I've seen other people, make that mistake time and time again. And so my advice to everyone watching this video, then the one thing that I wish I knew when I was younger, is understanding that every moment is precious. Every moment is a privilege. Try to live each day like it's your last day, because we don't know what tomorrow holds. If you've been estranged from someone in your family or in your friends for a long time, pick up the phone and call them and say, listen, I'm reaching out. I don't expect anything in return. I'm just reaching out. And I just, before I wrap up this video, I want to also mention the big reason why a lot of us don't live in the moment is because of ego. We all have, huge egos. We want a nice car, we want a nice home. But if you let go of your ego and if you live with a high degree of humility, in other words, you're just respectful to other people, you don't brag, you don't boast, you don't flaunt what you have, you really, I think there's a Nitin 1.2 and a 2.0. I went to the pool and there was this, there were a bunch of beach chairs at the pool, overlooking the pool and the beach, and I decided to take one. And a woman comes up to me and says, hey, it's reserved. Now, you're not supposed to reserve stuff at the resort because that's part of the rules of the resort I'm in, but I said, oh, I'm so sorry, and I just walked away. Nitin 1.0 would have said, sorry, that's not how the resort works, and I'm going to stay here. But Nitin 2.0 said, I'm so sorry, I'm going to walk away. And I think that setting your ego aside, functioning with humility, and just being respectful is so critical. Now, does that mean you can never lose your temper? You can never say anything that's not nice to anybody? No, I mean, sometimes we all say things we don't want to or shouldn't have said or regret saying. But I'm talking about a general feeling of humility. And I think that when you're humble, you're more likely to appreciate each and every moment, and you're more likely to live in the moment and make it count and make it matter. If you're not humble, if you have a giant ego, if you're arrogant, or if you're just, if you treat other people disrespectfully. And it's interesting how our behaviors change depending on who we interact with. I know people who would be extremely polite with others, but when they're dealing with individuals here in the Dominican Republic who, sometimes struggle to speak English, they speak rudely. And I'm like, that says more about you than it says about, the people who are trying to make this experience a good one for you here in this resort that you're in. So anyway, my point is, please, let's be humble. Let's appreciate each moment. Let's be respectful of other individuals, regardless of their nationality, race, color, regardless of their language. And I think that will allow us to live a better, higher quality of life. And that's something I wish I knew. And I know a lot of this seems fairly obvious, but I don't think a lot of people actually practice a lot of these things, which is why I decided to make this video. So I hope that helps. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda. Please click the like button. Please click subscribe. Please enable notifications. Like I said, I'm here in the Dominican Republic. It's pretty awesome here. Right there is the beach. Right there. Let's see, I'm pointing correctly. Right there. I'm gonna go for a walk on the beach and just chill out a little bit. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.